I asked the men of the internet, what is a negative experience that men face that women probably don't? Here are their answers. How few compliments we get. 6 years ago, a random girl told me she liked my shirt, and I've been riding that high ever since. Always unfailingly and immediately being perceived as a threat. While I understand the trepidation, it doesn't hurt any less. Paternity fraud, and if you request a paternity test, you're labeled a deadbeat who just wants to dodge responsibility. Being the butt of casual sexism and nobody even registering it as sexism. When women need mental health support, society initiates large systems in order to support them. When men need mental health support, society victim blames until they kill themselves. If you are physically assaulted by a woman, you are not allowed to defend yourself. Also, if you are sexually assaulted by a woman, no one takes you seriously. Women never have to deal with the anxiety, disappointment, anger, shame, and fear of coming too quick. It's mental gymnastics while performing actual gymnastics. There is an intense societal pressure that as a man, you are always obligated to come to the defense of a woman, even a stranger. It is presumed that you are obliged to risk your personal safety and perhaps your life simply because you are a man. When somebody asks a woman, "Are you okay?" it usually means, "Are you okay?" When somebody asks a man, "Are you okay?" it usually means, "Are you still useful?"
Why are bisexual women always ending up with men? You know why? You want me to tell you why? Well, the last girl I was in love with completely ignored my love confession and thought we could still be friends. She would hold my hand, ask me out on dates, spend Valentine's with me, and then she was like, "Wait, are you still in love with me? Really?" And then after I found myself a boyfriend, she told me she was in love with me. That's why. Because women are fucking crazy.
You can say that again.
Who do you think are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, men or women?
Men, because they're more dominant.
Yeah, but who typically pays on a first date?
Men.
Who's typically expected to approach?
Men.
Who typically buys the drinks at nightclubs?
Men.
Who typically gets down on one knee?
Men.
Isn't that all traditional male behavior?
I think a girl loves it, and a girl loves to be chased.
Once again, who are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, men or women?
It's a good question because women expect it when men don't want to do it all the time, but men get the benefit of going out of their way to do their gender roles.
So would you say that women are the biggest enforcers of gender roles? Would you agree with that?
No.
You said women expect it though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, does a man necessarily have to expect a woman to do traditional things to be with him? Or?
Oh, nowadays, no. Women don't want to cook, clean, provide for the family. It's definitely different. 2026.
So once again, how are women not the biggest enforcers of gender roles?
I don't think they're subtle enforcers. Like it's expected.
Well, right, but you're saying that women expect men to be in their roles, but women don't want to be in their roles. So to me, that
Which
sounds
is sad.
like it is sad, but my point is, it sounds like women are enforcing gender roles more than men are. Is that true?
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
So if women are the biggest enforcers of gender roles, how are women not the biggest enforcers of patriarchy? The very thing they demonize men for.
I don't know.
As a woman, I don't feel safe around other women or talking to other women, and I don't feel comfortable in all girls' spaces. My entire life has been a series of mockery, mostly at the hands of women my age or older than me. Mine, like, literally, I'm ugly. It doesn't take anybody with a super seeing senses to realize that I look bad. Like, I just have unattractive, unfortunate facial features, and my body is the same way. That's just the way it is. The people who have been the cruelest to me about it have been women, hands down. They've said the most hateful, cruel, like, psychologically torturous things to me that affected the way that I think about myself to this day, and they said it to me when I was like 10 or 11. And we've never grown out of it either. The girls that were like calling me fat and boxy and built like a man and a tranny in middle and high school are the same ones who do the same thing in comment sections today. I've never felt comfortable just meeting a woman, like just a random woman. I've never felt safe around her because I know inside she is picking apart everything that she sees wrong with my appearance and either comparing it to herself to make her feel better about the way that she looks, or she's filing it away for later to use against me.
I'm going to be very late for this date, but it's always good to make them wait, so let's get going.
Like cover my.
What is... Let me tell you the tea. Firstly, he lied about his height. I high mog him in heels. I'm not a fan of that. Secondly, I don't think he's rich. So, I'm really into it. He's an Orthodox Christian. He's understanding about my boundaries and the way I think about dating, which is a plus. The spot is nice, but he's not a big drinker, which is a green flag, but I'm not a fan of that because I want another cocktail. But he's had one glass of wine. I've had 2 cocktails. Not a standout. Like, he's not that interesting. I am Jester Maxi. I am the entertainment here. He's Greek. He's okay. He's 28. It was his birthday yesterday. I didn't get him anything. Of course I didn't get him anything. Come on, guys. I'm disappointed, chat. Okay, I'm disappointed. And like, the worst part is I don't even have tea to tell you guys. That's how like uneventful this is.
That's so weird.
It's done. Chat, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's very unremarkable. He was average. He didn't match my freak. He could never match my freak. I liked him because we were both Christian and we both agreed politically, but I think he likes me a lot more than I like him, which is good. This is how you want your men, okay? You want them to like you more than you like them. I don't know about this one, chat. Not a highlight. You know, the highlight of my evening, guys, is going home and smoking a zoo. Yes, I could go see Offset tonight. Yes, I could go to Celine tonight. But I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I think I'm too auristic to do this kind of stuff. Like, the thought of all these people, and I don't know, for the plot it would be good, but sometimes I have to choose me. Okay, and I have to choose me right now. I want to go home. Okay, guys, I want to go home. Also, guys, another reason why I think I wasn't like super into him is because like he's so not worldly. And I know as a Christian I shouldn't say that, but like, this guy doesn't smoke, he doesn't really drink, he doesn't, you know, do other stuff. And it's like, me, I'm not like that. And I really had to lie through my teeth, bro. Wasn't that into him, I probably won't be seeing him again.
I'm trying to rewire my brain when it comes to men so that I can see that there are good men in the world. But I have a serious question for you. Do you think there are more good men than bad men, or more bad men than good men?
There are more good men compared to bad men, but there are less good men who are tall, good looking and rich. And that is the type of man she goes for, yet she wonders why she can't find any good men.
Poor, deluded females.
She's laying out the exact psychological reality we operate in every single day, where a man is only as valuable as his utility, and his emotional suffering is completely invisible until it's too late. It's wild that it takes an internet poll for her to realise that men are starved for basic validation, viewed as automatic threats, and expected to risk their lives for strangers.
That is unfortunate.
She starts off claiming men are the ultimate enforcers of traditional gender roles, completely oblivious to the massive cognitive dissonance staring her right in the face. She's caught in a psychological loop where she wants absolute modern independence but still expects traditional masculine chivalry on demand. When she finally realised that women are actually the loudest enforcers of the very patriarchy they constantly demonise, her entire narrative completely collapses into an empty, I don't know.
Why am I not surprised?
She's opted out of all female spaces because she understands the social game being played, an endless loop of silent comparison, microscopic scrutiny, and covert hostility designed to tear down another woman's value just to artificially boost their own. It's a raw confession that the most toxic and unforgiving critics a woman faces aren't men at all, but the very peers who claim to champion female empowerment.
They probably don't realize how ridiculous they appear to others.
She claims she wanted a good Christian man who aligns with her politically, yet the second she sits across from a stable, non-drinking Orthodox guy, she dismisses him as unremarkable because he doesn't match her freak. She's caught in a massive psychological contradiction, demanding a traditional partner while admitting she has to lie through her teeth to hide her own worldly habits. She thinks she's leaving him behind because he's not interesting enough, but she's really just filtering herself out of a quality relationship because her addiction to chaos and the plot has made her entirely incompatible with anything morally good in life.
She had a mental illness.
Real men of genius.